Fika Time is powered by Warrior Coffee. Get your premium coffee at warriorcoffee.com.
I'm taking a work break right now.
Yeah, oh, it's nice. We can watch some hitting pads. It looks like Tui's got the mitts out there.
Yeah, exactly. Tua and Matthias is working the mitts right now.
Great. So I want to talk to you about a few things. One of them is your quick stardom there in Denmark going mainstream.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy the last couple of weeks, but I'm pretty I'm pretty aware that this is just a thing right now, while it's new, and over time it will just go back to normal. But it's nice to hopefully be able to spread the word about MMA in the general Danish public.
Yeah, one thing I love about you, I saw some of the pictures on the, was it like Good Morning Denmark?
Yeah.
You were repping your it seems like you rep a fish company. Like nobody else. Well, who is that sponsor?
Well, it's called Adamsens Fisk, or Adamsens Fish. It's a guy who has a fish restaurant in Gilleleje, north of Copenhagen, and he's a friend of my dad's, and he was my first sponsor ever. Cause I think in the beginning my dad kind of convinced him to sponsor me, and I think actually my dad worked a bit for him, so he didn't actually pay me. My dad worked for him, and that was, instead of giving my dad the pay, I got it as a sponsor payment. But then over time he just thought it was cool. He wanted to support an up and coming athlete, and then he just kept supporting me. So I'm pretty thankful for that.
Okay, we'll put up the link. It was great to see you on national TV there, and you got your speaker up high so everyone could see.
Yeah. Actually, I stayed up till 5 in the morning trying to print that shit on the T-shirts, just to make sure that he got a bit of attention on the show, because he's been a sponsor for so long. So I felt he kind of deserved it to be seen by around 1 million viewers.
That's why everyone loves you, Nicolas.
Sorry?
That's why everyone loves you. Such a likable guy, and keeping it real with your long-time sponsors. I want to go back in time a little bit. I was reading an old interview we did with you 3 years ago, and you were mentioning in 2011 you almost signed with, it seems like it was a U.S. organization, but it fell through. Do you remember who that was, and what was that opportunity back in the day?
I think that was the Bellator deal I turned down. They actually asked me to be on the Fight Master show. I think it was called Fight Master, the reality show they did. And they actually wanted to give me like a spot. I didn't even have to audition or anything. But at that time, Bellator was kind of restrictive with the contracts, and it seemed like, looking at the Eddie Alvarez case, that it would be suicide to sign with the Bellator if you in some way wanted to fight for the UFC instead. So I took a gamble and turned it down, and yeah, now I'm here.
Okay. Oh, breaking news. That's really interesting to hear you had that on the table. And also, from talking with the guy walking around the background with the pads, it seems like a UFC deal was on the plate before. This wasn't the first time, and you actually gambled again and pushed that opportunity back. When was there rumblings or kind of the opportunity for you to get into the show?
Well, it wasn't specifically in play, but around the time when I signed with Cage Warriors, Graham Boylan, who was also my lead manager on that business, he was like, okay, we can push you to the UFC now if you choose so, but if you maybe continue with Cage Warriors, you can build up a bigger name, and maybe not doing the same style as Conor McGregor, but kind of the same thing, you know, build up your name a bit more, and then hopefully get a better contract with.
We got some intermission music.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, I like that. I feel like a DJ. I can go to my other computer, play some music. One thing we like to during this episode is we like to share a picture. And I'm going to share one of my favorite Dalby photos, which I took. I'm known for my photography, just like you. Oh, where's my camera? Okay. Oh, man.
Oh, that one. I hate that picture, and it pops up every time Sherlock posts any news about me.
But it seems like you hate a lot of photos, because I've posted photos.
No, it's just I don't think I look that good without 1.5 missing teeth. You know, it's just not a good look for me.
Were these? I didn't get into the details of it. I know this night I think you lost most of the skin on the bottom of your feet too.
Yeah, that was nasty business.
The Royal Arena days. Were these teeth missing before, and the kind of false ones got knocked out, or what's your front tooth situation?
Well, actually, the one of the frontmost tooth and the tooth beside it was artificial because I got it knocked out while roller skating when I was, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. So I think that's the reason it got knocked out pretty easily compared to normal teeth. And then one of the normal teeth on this next to it just got punched out as well, and then that was it.
You need a better story than the roller skating knocking out your teeth. The tough fight.
I do. Okay, what would you which story would you make up?
I don't know, like you were 11, you were training in Thailand, some Muay Thai against pros, and...
Oh, yeah. Let's go with that then. I was training in Thailand, and this alligator came up, and I was fighting this anaconda at the same time.
Yeah, that's better. The roller skating, or maybe, I don't know, roller blading sounds a little more manly. I don't even know if that...
Okay, in that case, it was roller blading. I didn't know there was a difference between those words.
Okay. Are you still a full-time worker? I know you were like an IT kind of guy before, working 30 hours, 40 hours a week.
Yeah. No, I stopped doing that almost 2 years ago, and focused on MMA from that. Or I was kind of stressed out at the end, so I think the first year or so I continued training, but I didn't really do anything else besides that because I was just stressed out. And then after about a year, I started like picking up on photography again and stuff like that, and improving in MMA. So, sorry?
You do your photography work?
Well, I don't do any. I don't have any gigs besides, when I want to go out and shoot. I have nothing like every month. It's just when I want to and how I want to. So it's pretty nice. Just freelancing.
You're known for a guy, and that was one of my questions I was looking at when I was interviewing you 3 years ago, is you never fought outside of Denmark, and then you got your last fight in London, and now you're going all the way to Brazil.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Have you traveled much before? Are you used to this time zone change? And
I've traveled to Thailand a couple of times, and mostly around in Europe. But there's only a 4-hour time difference to Guyana when I'm traveling, so it shouldn't be that bad. And I have to get used to it at some point if I'm gonna continue fighting for the UFC. So I'll just take this as a learning experience and just go with the flow, and then do it as good as I can.
Were there any options on the table, or did you have any leverage when they started talking about an opportunity to fight in the UFC? I know like a Berlin card sounds a little sexy, and then they kind of pushed the hot European prospect out to Brazil.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I just got the date in Brazil, and I was like, let's do it. I didn't really get any other options, so that was fine by me. Okay. Getting to travel abroad a bit and meeting a hometown hero in Brazil. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, do you like? I watched a bit of tape on Mr. Capoeiro, and it seems like you're in for a slug match here. I know he's
Oh.
Brazilian, so you think
Just
you know,
because he's a slugger doesn't mean I have to play into that game, and that's what we're planning.
okay.
So it doesn't have to be a slugfest. Maybe somebody's gonna get knocked out, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be a slugfest.
Getting way into PDB?
Yeah,
Oh man.
he's a good rap artist. He's actually the only rapper in Denmark. They have this competition called MC's Fight Night, which is a freestyle rap competition, and he's the only one to win it 3 times.
Great. So that's like a 3-round style, like 90 seconds.
Exactly, like freestyle rap competition 1-on-1 in a boxing ring. That's a cool thing.
Hey, okay. I gotta look that up. I think I may have seen you take some pictures before of that.
Yeah, actually, and I was there. I've taken pictures 2 times, but the first time was when Pilby won the last time he competed.
Okay. Is this like a yearly competition, or
Yeah, it's a yearly competition.
are you a rapper? Can you throw down? Are you?
No, I can't rap at all. I'm pretty shitty with that.
Well, it seems like you're into the scene, so maybe you can.
Yeah, it's just weird though. I think it started at Royal Arena, because the guy who arranged those events, Adam Kessel, he's been producing music a little bit and been arranging concerts. So he got a lot of friends in the rap community, and he got a lot of them to work in different roles at Royal Arena. Pilby, he was doing some marketing, and another guy called Jay Spliff, he was the announcer. And they had this other famous Danish rapper called Jøden, who was doing the commentary. So because of the Royal Arena, I just got, I'm not like tight friends with those guys, but I.
Fika Time is powered by Warrior Coffee. Get your premium coffee at warriorcoffee.com.
Boom! Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. How was your weekend?
It was great. It was really fun actually. I was I think a Saturday. I was on a raver bus. I didn't drink though. I was just there to like act out in my leopard suit.
I've seen pictures of that leopard suit on Instagram. It's a nice look.
Thank you.
Is that your alter ego?
Well, it is in a way. Whenever I go to a Roskilde festival or there's this Danish street festival called Distortion, I wear that sometimes. So people they kind of know me as the leopard.
Leopard. Oh, I like that. That sounds better than the sharpshooter.
Well, you have to be careful with the pronunciation, though.
You do with the leopard?
Yeah, so there's a fine difference between leopard and leopard, you know?
The leopard. Well, you could be like, get some more submissions, like you're taking limbs, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. What about you? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, a very good weekend. Actually heated up for a little bit here on Saturday. So,
yeah,
the exciting stuff of a married guy. I mostly helped my wife replant everything on our balcony. Flowers, sowing some vegetables. So, lots of action here.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at our last Fika lasted 34 minutes, and I think we spoke for about 7 or 8 of those minutes. I'm not.
Yeah, that was annoying, but it's much better now.
Yeah, it's much better. So we're recording now. And last time we talked about Adamson's Fisk. I went to their website. Your old-time sponsor there. Looks like they got the freshest fish in Denmark, and you can actually eat there and buy fish to take home. Nice little shop.
Yeah.
And we're sponsored by Warrior Coffee, so I want to give them a shout out before we get too far in. We also talked about PDB, who I got a follow from on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I caught up on some of his songs. We let off the show with Love Men's Dukan.
Sorry?
Love Men's Dukan? I don't know. I think it's one of his more popular songs.
Oh, I think, okay.
Maybe I'm not pronouncing it. It's L and then an O with a line through it. B. Leb. I don't know that letter.
Oh, Leub means to can.
Aha.
Leb. I think it has to be that one, though.
Yeah. Okay, and then so let's continue here. I think we can finish up here in a couple. I think I asked you a couple questions. I remember what they were before we cut out. And then you need to share a picture too.
Yeah, exactly. I just have to find it again.
Okay. Well, maybe I can ask you my question first, and then you can answer. But the one thing that we try to get out of all the Nordic fighters, and I think we've gotten almost everyone, is to tell us about the actual moment that you knew that the contract was signed and you were fighting in the UFC.
Well, it wasn't like I got the contract the minute I was told that I was gonna get it. So what happened was, he called me up, I think a Thursday, almost a month ago now, and he was like, okay, if we could meet for lunch, because he had some things about the gym he wanted to talk about. And I knew that Graham was in Dallas with Joe Duffy and meeting up with the UFC brass and stuff like that. So I kind of had a feeling that maybe something would be happening. Then when he called me to talk about the gym, I was like, yeah, right. something else is up. So yeah, we met for lunch, and then he was like, yeah, you got a UFC contract, so you're fighting May 30th in Brazil. How about them apples? And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So that was more or less it. And then I got the contract, I think, a little less than a week after that. And then it was just a waiting game to be able to announce it.
Great. Well, I don't think I asked you about this before, but I know after the Mosin fight, it looks like you broke a knuckle or a bone in your hand.
Yeah, broke my fourth metacarpal. So that's, the finger between the little finger and the fuck finger on my right hand. But it was a pretty clean break. It looked like almost a branch that you broke into. And I think the operation took maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was pretty uneventful, all in all, considering that I broke a bone.
Well, at least you broke it in a fight and not roller skating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No more roller skating accidents for me.
Okay. Do you want to dig up the picture?
Yeah, I'm just about to find it. I'm thrifting through my Instagram right as we speak. It's been a while since I posted the picture, but I think I'm about to find it very soon. It's from the infamous trip to Russia with Penny.
Ooh, I love it.
That was a great trip.
Was it just you two that made that trip?
Yeah, it was just Penny and me. So it was my first time traveling abroad, coaching. It was a pretty crazy experience, to say the least.
Yeah. Why didn't two go with you guys? How come it would just end up being you guys?
Unfortunately, he had like work obligations that he couldn't really push to the side. So that was why. So that was just very unfortunate, but in the end, it worked out pretty good.
Man, that's great. Yeah, and I remember that it was just you guys just having fun and doing a little road trip. And I remember Penny's, I don't remember the name of her opponent, but it was a really tough matchup.
Dudieva, I think she's called. She's in the UFC right now.
Yeah. Dudieva.
Which is kind of weird because Penny won. So, but that's how it goes in the MMA business. It's more about context and stuff like that sometimes. But yeah, I found the picture. So do you want me to send a link, or should I just show it on my phone?
Yeah, you show it there, and then I can put it in later.
Yeah, this is a picture. So that's from the sauna. because yeah, when we went there, Penny had a bit some weird stuff happened, so she wasn't able to drop the weight as she used to. So when we landed, okay, should I take it from the beginning?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so we were traveling from Copenhagen, I think Monday night around 11:30 in the night, and she had to fight. I think she was fighting Wednesday night. So we flew out Monday night, and then we had a 2-hour flight, 2.5-hour flight to Moscow, and then we had, I think, a 2-hour layover, and then we had to continue to Rostov, where the fight was going on. And when we came to we came to Moscow, and everything was great. And then we found the terminal, and then I think half an hour before the flight was supposed to board, there was this like 10 announcements over the speakers in the terminal, or at the gate where we were waiting, and everybody just left. We were like, okay, neither of us understand Russian, so what the fuck is going on? And then they had this one very bad speaker call in English, like saying something, yes, the flight is cancelled, go to terminal, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we just followed the stream, and they set up this kind of information at another gate terminal thingy, and we went there, and there was no queue. Everybody was just in a big crowd asking all these poor flight attendants what was happening and what was going on. And Penny was cutting weight, so she was like a zombie, you know, falling asleep everywhere and just tired, and she hadn't eaten or slept or drank any water for almost 24 hours. So she was pretty tired. But in the end, we found out that the flight had been delayed / canceled and the next flight was gonna be 6 hours after that.
Oh.
So instead of having a 2-hour layover in Moscow airport in the middle of the fucking night, we had I think it was 5 or 6 hour layover. Oh. And so it ended up with us crashing, like sleeping on the terminal floor for 5 hours. Before the next flight.
You didn't lose your wallet or anything?
No, we didn't. We were bunched up pretty good, so we didn't like lose anything. And I didn't sleep that well. Penny was so tired that she just slept through it all almost. And then we got the flight to Rostov and arrived there, and nothing really happened. And then we had to get picked up by the Pro FC crew. It was called Pro FC, the event she fought at. And because we were delayed, it fucked up with our time schedule, apparently. So I think we waited outside the airport in Rostov for almost 2 hours before we got picked up. So combined with the waiting time in the Moscow airport, and now this just sitting outside on the curb waiting for this pickup. And they were like, we called them, and then, we're going to be there within half an hour. Then 45 minutes went by, and then I called again. They're gonna be there soon, like 20 minutes, and it ended up taking 2 hours.
October in Russia is probably nice and warm out there.
It was actually not that bad in Rostov. One of the days I was just walking around in a t-shirt and feeling pretty warm.
Oh wow, nice.
So it wasn't that bad. And the airport looked like shit. It was really bad airport. It was really, even though it's the 10th biggest city in Russia, it was like everything besides the very center of the city was looking really worn out. Ooh. As you could imagine.
Yeah.
And then we got, finally our pickup came, and we were driven to the hotel and got there, and then we had to cut weight because, something weird was happening, so Penny couldn't lose the weight as she usually does. And then we have to go to a sauna, and they had these hats that we were wearing, and I didn't know about those hats at the moment, but it's apparently it's like a traditional sauna hat that you wear, so you don't get as much heat on your head as the rest of the body. And then this weird looking, I think he was he was kind of the guy who was responsible for that sauna area in the hotel, and he came in and apparently to help Penny lose weight a lot faster. So he came in with a bucket of peppermint water and like branches, and then he was like directing Penny in Russian to like lay down on the benches in the sauna. Nobody of us knew what was going on. So we were like, okay, we just go with the flow. And then he just started dipping these branches in that peppermint oil water and just started slapping her. Because apparently that should help like get the sweat going. And Penny was so exhausted at this point. So she was like, she couldn't really decide if she should cry or laugh at this. So, you know, it was just so bizarre having this happening after all that, horrendous trip. So, so there we took the picture after that to like, get a memory of that day, that experience.
Did those sticks help? I think the only time I've seen those is like some old video with Fedor when he was going with all his buddies after practice, and they had those sticks there.
Yeah, I think it's like branches from a tree. I can't remember what kind of tree, but I don't think it helps that much. I think it's more like a traditional Russian or Finnish thing, perhaps. I'm not that into the sauna game to know. But that was a pretty. In the moment, she was pretty tense and not really feeling comfortable. But afterwards, it's one of the like funniest moments I've ever had with MMA.
That was great. Thanks for sharing that story. Those hats, I just thought like they were joke hats or like some sailor hats or something.
No. It's like a felt hat. It's made of felt. And then normally I think you put crushed ice in it, and then you put it on top of your head. So when you sit in the sauna, you don't get headache and get warm brain. So I think that's the reason for those hats.
Great. Well, now I feel like I have a strong sauna game now. That's good education.
Yeah.
Great, Nicholas. Well, maybe thanks for sharing the picture. I really appreciated it, and I think throughout all our filming and non-filming, I think we got a nice little Fika episode. So I want to thank you for your time, and we'll probably be checking in with you before you head out to Brazil. But good luck to you, and congratulations on your UFC deal.
Thank you, and thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
Cool, Nicholas. Take it easy, buddy.
See ya.
Fika Time is powered by Warrior Coffee. Get your premium coffee at warriorcoffee.com.